Hey.
Good evening. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the gathering in quarantine. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Terry, how you doing?
Oh, for a snow day, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
You know, it felt like a snow. The only time it felt like a snow day was clearing the car and the driveway a little bit. But other than that, we're working at home now, so it felt like another day.
That's true. That's true. I'm right there with you. Except I had help with the driveway. I didn't do that, but I
Excellent.
was in working away. But I'll tell you, I'm really glad to be here tonight, and I want to welcome everybody. I hope everyone is okay given the storm and the pandemic. So welcome to a pre-holiday dinner.
So being a pre-holiday dinner, here's everyone. Got their dinner plans, they're doing the roast, they're doing the ham, doing the turkey, doing pasta, doing whatever. And it's like, all right, you get all this stuff ready to go. It's like, all right, what do I make now? It's, we still got another week to go. What do we make? What do we use?
That's right. That's right. So I hope this menu comes in handy because it is a little different, but it has some familiar things in there. So what we're going to have tonight is a mushroom asparagus salad, jazzed up beef Alfredo, served with fettuccine, and then we're going to end it with Blackberry Buckle.
Blackberry Buckle? What's a Blackberry Buckle?
Blackberry Buckle. Now, I will explain that in a minute. And I've got the oven preheated to 325. And because it needs 45 minutes in the oven, I'm going to get going right away on that.
All right.
So let me tell you what we have. We have 1 2/3 cup of flour, 1 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of ground cardamom, which we know I love. I have a 1/4 cup of butter softened, which is a half a stick. I have 3/4 cup of sugar, 1 egg, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, 2/3 cup of milk. Now the recipe called for 2 cups of frozen blackberries, but when I got to the market and saw these babies, I had to pick them up fresh. So I did. So we'll see how that works with this recipe. And then we finish it off with 2 tablespoons of sugar. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to mix the flour, the baking powder, the salt, and the cardamom. And I'm just going to mix that. Okay, so I get this all nice and incorporated all together.
That's one thing that I learned from my baking, put your dry stuff in first and mix it.
Yes, you do. Now, I'm going to pull this back a bit, and I'm going to turn this up a little higher because as soon as I throw that in the oven, I'm going to throw my spaghetti in the pot there.
Excellent.
Okay, so we've got this. So now I'm going to take my butter and my sugar, and I'm going to beat those until it's nice and creamy. So I'm going to move this over here. And you see what we're going to bake it in? It's going to be a first for me. Okay, so I'm going to beat this. We all know my baking, I'm challenged, right? So you've got to bear with me. And anything comes out edible, I'm really happy. So this looks like it's getting incorporated pretty well. Okay, and you want your butter to be soft so it gets all nice and mixed. Now I'm going to add, I'm going to add my egg, which is 1 egg, and then my vanilla, half a teaspoon, and then I'm going to beat that. Now that's starting to look more like a batter. Okay. Okay. Now that's good. Okay. So now I'm going to put this aside. And now I'm going to add the milk and the flour alternately to the butter and the sugar. So I'm going to do a little milk, right?
Yep.
And then I'm going to do a little of the flour. And I'm doing it a little at a time so that everything gets incorporated nicely. Okay. And that's coming right along. Now I'm going to add the rest of the milk. Maybe slow it down a little bit because we all know it sounds like a sports car I once had. We all know how that turns out. Okay, that's coming along great. And then I'm going to put the rest of the flour in there. Okay. So I'm going to put this in here, these in here, put that over there. And then I'm going to mix this up. Now, this is the last part of our batter, okay? And while I'm putting it together, I'll tell you the story about what a buckle is. And it has nothing to do with fashion. It has everything to do with how the cake falls. So we're going to take the cast iron pan, which is oiled, actually buttered. And here's a little tip, Mike. I know last week you said you can't really wash a cast iron pan with soap, but you can. You can do it real quick.
Right.
And with just a little bit of soap, and you let that go. So this is a real creamy batter. And what the buckle is kind of like in between a cornbread and a pancake. And when it cooks, it buckles in the middle. So the blackberries are going to make it crumble. So now we're going to take half of the blackberries and put those around. Okay. And just half. Okay, that's good. Aren't they beautiful?
They are beautiful. Nice and big, too.
Nice and big. And then we're going to put the rest of the batter in the pan. And then we're going to try and get all the batter so we don't miss any of it, waste any of it.
Absolutely. So while you do that, I'd like to remind everyone at home, too, just look on the description on YouTube, and you'll find all the ingredients and the full recipes for this, for everything tonight, and on every show. Every show you'll see, you'll find the recipes and ingredients there.
Thanks, Mike. That sounds good. And then we're going to top it with the rest of the blackberries. And then we're just going to throw it in the oven. So you're going to spread it around. And then we'll see how this comes out, right?
Right. And, you know, I love the fact that you do it in a cast iron pan, too, because, I mean, that's great presentation.
It is.
You know?
It is. It's so country.
Yeah.
And homey and a holiday, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this will be interesting. As I say, and you know I'm not a baker, so you have to bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside, put these out of the way. And then I'm going to take the last 2 tablespoons of sugar and just dust the top. Okay. Now, how quick was that?
That was easy.
See that?
That looks
Right
fantastic.
in the oven.
All right.
Okay. And then we're going to set this timer for 45 minutes. Okay, we are there at 350. I have my water boiling for my fettuccine. Okay. So, Mike, do me a favor.
Yeah.
How long do you cook fettuccine for?
Oh, until I could throw it on the wall and it sticks. No, you know what? I always watch my pasta, and I'm constantly testing it. I'll take the spoon, and I'll push it up against the side of the pot just to get a feel for it. And then when it's really close, I do the taste test, and to just see how it bites. And because I do like it a little al dente, especially when I make pasta. Since I cook for myself, I'll cook the whole pound and just leave it cooked. So when I reheat it later, or if I'm packing a lunch, it's gonna get heated again. So I don't want to overcook it, or make it too soft, because when you go to reuse it, it comes out worse. So I love the al denteness.
Right. Well, fettuccine, we all know, needs a little longer. So this again is Barilla, which I love. Yep. And I'm going to put this in boiling water for 12 minutes. Okay, so excuse me while I do that. And I'm going to start warming up my fry pan for the main course. I'll put this over here. I'm going to be very careful because it is boiling water. Right?
So what are you using? Just a pound today, or?
Yep, just a pound.
All right.
Yep. And that's looking pretty good. I'm going to put this back on. Now, Mike, if you can use your timer for 12 minutes.
I have it set.
I'd appreciate that.
All right.
Okay, so now to the main course. Jazzed up beef Alfredo. Okay, so what we have here, we have 1.5 pounds of top sirloin sliced. We have 4 tablespoons of butter softened. We have 2 cups of heavy cream. We have 1.5 cups of Parmesan cheese. We have 1 pound of mushrooms sliced. We have 1 tablespoon of fresh parsley chopped, and 2 tablespoons of scallions chopped. So I've got my pan heating up. Okay. And then we're going to first saute the beef. And then once the beef is sauteed, we're going to remove it. And then we're going to saute the mushrooms with the scallions and the parsley. Get that going. Yep. And then add the cream. And then add the Parmesan cheese. And that's your Alfredo.
That's it. Perfect.
Very simple. A little bit jazzed up there.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So you all set for the holiday, Mike?
I am kinda. I have just about most of my shopping done.
Good.
Be having my daughter Alexis, my youngest, over the house for. It'll be just the 2 of us.
Nice.
The rest of the family will be down in North Carolina, gathering with my oldest daughter, Stephanie. And so it'll be just nice little. It's nice also not working a holiday too. Usually I'm on duty. Usually I'm on duty on a holiday, but this one I'm not. So yeah, it's gonna be nice spending the time with Alexis and of course Kaya. The 3 of us, have a nice little dinner and some hot chocolate, and nice little cozy Christmas day. That's what we're
Well,
looking.
Mike, I want to thank you for your service always. You know that.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm glad you're going to be able to spend this holiday at home with your loved one.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, how about you? What's your big plans? Anything?
Chelsea and Ben and Cooper are coming home.
Excellent.
I haven't seen her in a year. So very excited about that. And just getting ready for it. I save up a lot of my vacation time for this time of year. This is other than my birthday in the summer,
Yep.
which was always a favorite, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know. Christmas is my right there, my next favorite thing of all time.
Oh, that's outstanding. That's outstanding. It's gonna be nice having Chelsea home, I bet.
Yeah, truly, truly. So I got my tree. It's 9 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, I decorated it, and it's so funny. It's a funny story because I have two strands of it with colored lights together, and then two strands of white together.
Very
So
nice.
I can do white lights, or I can do colored lights, or I can do a combination.
Yep. That's
So
awesome.
it's really funny.
I bought up. I have a small tree, a small apartment, so I got a small tree.
Yeah.
And the lights I bought were LED, and they come with a remote control, so I can change the color to anything that I want. When I
Nice.
I mix up like I use like these clear for my big bulbs. The clear, they look like glass.
Yes,
And,
yes.
And I use like a really shiny garland. So as I change the color, I can change it to a blue tree or a red tree.
Very
Make a
nice.
flash. I can do whatever. So
Yeah,
it's nice to have the options. Change it up.
absolutely. Oh, it's so much fun. And then with all the decorations, all
Oh
over the house,
yeah.
you have your stockings up and
Stockings are up. Yep.
yep.
I know it just can't come soon enough, and now it really feels like the Christmas season that we got covered in 12 inches of snow yesterday and today. So
Yeah, but a lot of it's melting already.
well, yeah, it's gonna stop melting. It was nice, light and fluffy. You see
Yeah.
a lot of it blowing away. But I
Yeah.
think that when you have the snow on the ground during the holidays, that's what helps it make it feel like the holidays. It's like I could never understand, the West Coast and the South, how
I know.
they have a Christmas and it's 70 degrees, 80 degrees out.
I know. But you do have to think that's all they're used to, right?
Right. And as I get older, it sounds awfully nice.
Yes, that's true. I'm going to take this off just to stir the spaghetti, not the spaghetti, the fettuccine, because sometimes, even though I did put a little oil in here, sometimes the noodles do stick together.
Sure.
I should say the pasta. And what I have to do is they always say to do this, reserve a little of the pasta water in case you need to thin out your sauce. Okay? So you want to make sure you have some of that.
Yep.
We'll put this back on. How many more minutes do we have for the fettuccine, Mike?
5 minutes.
Sorry, 5?
5 minutes. Yep.
All right. And what I'm going to do is when that comes out, I'm going to put it in this serving plate right here. I'm going to drizzle olive oil on it so it doesn't stick.
Yep.
And it stays pliable.
Yeah, that's important. There's nothing like having a sticky pasta.
Yeah, that's true. So the meat is coming right along. I'll show you if you can see.
Yep.
Yep.
There it is. Oh,
Coming
looking
right
nice.
along. Sauteed sirloin. And this is definitely a different take on Alfredo, because how often do you see sliced beef with Alfredo sauce, jazzed up at that,
Right.
over fettuccine? Not often, right?
No, no.
No. So here's the thing. It's the holiday season. You're rushing around. You're going all crazy. This meal doesn't take a whole lot to put together.
Right.
And I think during the crazy time, it's so nice to sit down with your family, have a wonderful meal that's not usual, that it's special.
Right.
So I think this dinner fits the bill. And certainly the salad. Wait till you see the salad.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely not one of those meals that you have once a week. You know, yeah, people may have spaghetti once a week, but it's usually spaghetti with sauce and meatballs,
Yep.
or maybe a little chicken or something.
Yep.
But to come up with, first off, Alfredo, I can't remember the last time, and I love Alfredo.
Don't
I can't
you?
remember the last time that I made it.
Yeah.
You know? It's not something that you make all the time.
Yep. That's right.
So I very much enjoy a great Alfredo. I love it with the chicken, the steak, the meatballs, whatever. It doesn't matter what's with it. Alfredo sauce, it's nice.
No, it doesn't. Now, the beef, you certainly do not want to overcook that. So this is nicely done at the moment. So I'm going to remove it with a slotted spoon so that I keep all these juices in the pan. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw that 4 tablespoons of butter in here. I'm going to melt that so that I can start to saute my mushrooms and the scallions. That's good. So I'm just going to leave, actually, I'm going to leave the beef there.
Yep.
I'm going to grab the butter and get that going. How many minutes on the fettuccine, Mike?
You have 1.5 minutes left.
All right. So now we are sauteing, melting the butter. And we've got the drippings with the beef. So the Alfredo is going to have a little brown color to it.
Excellent.
Yep. So I'm going to take the mushrooms and throw these in. Okay. And also, I'm going to throw in the scallions and the parsley, because I want everything to come together with the flavors. I'm just going to get that going. Oh, this is beautiful. And you notice no garlic in this recipe.
Yeah, I was noticing a lack of garlic. By the way, the timer is going off for your fettuccine. The linguine, I'm sorry.
What about the fettuccine? We done? We there?
Just went off.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to drain this. First, I'm going to shut off the stove. Then I'll drain this, and you always want to be careful when you're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
I have a lip on my sink that I use to balance my spaghetti here. And I'm going to bring this over here so that everyone can see this.
There you go.
Is that beautiful? I mean, I put olive oil in the pot when I do it, but I'm going to add a little more. And that's probably why it's kind of pliable, but I want to make sure it stays pliable, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, you don't want sticking in. You know, sometimes that the Alfredo sauce isn't loose enough that you're gonna, mix it in. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna have the spaghetti together, so you don't want that sticking.
Right.
Keep it from sticking.
Right. So now I think I can still use this. And these are coming along nicely too. I'm going to add a little olive oil in here, just
Excellent.
a dusting. Okay. Just to mop up everything that's on the bottom of the pan, because that's where all the flavor is. All those bits from
All
the
the bits.
beef.
Yeah, you gotta have that. That is so important to have all that.
Okay, I'm going to put my light on in the oven. Woohoo!
Looking good.
We got cake. We got buckle. Oh wow, that's really something. Okay, I'm going to bring over my heavy cream and my Parmesan cheese. And I'm just going to see. This is a very nice. I'll show you the mushrooms. We need an overhead camera, Mike.
I know.
Here we go. Nice.
That looks great.
Yep. So this is the sauteed mushrooms and scallions and parsley, fresh parsley. Nothing wrong with dried parsley if you can't get out and get fresh. I mean, dried parsley is good, but nothing beats fresh.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Any time that you can get the fresh stuff and use it, fine.
Yep.
You know, it's just like the last show here. We were just pulling stuff out of the pantry. Yeah, that's when you can get away with it and not worry about it. But any chance you get to add it to your recipe, you want it fresh. Just like your basil, just like any kind of herb that you can get fresh. It is worth the time to get it fresh. Pick it off the branches, chop it up. It is so much better.
It is. Agreed. Definitely. So it doesn't hurt to just keep these moving along. Okay. And that's good. And that's 1 pound. So this can feed 3.
Yep. And how much on the steak did you use?
1.5 pounds.
1.5 pounds. Perfect.
Sliced.
Yep.
Okay, now I think the mushrooms look good. I'm going to add the heavy cream. Now, who doesn't love heavy cream, right?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Some love it more than others. Some should love it less.
Say that again.
Some love it more than others, and some should love it less.
I like it. That's so true. Okay, so I'm going to let that warm up. I'm going to turn up the heat a bit. Okay, get that going. And while we're doing that, we can definitely do the salad if you like.
Yeah, let's whip that salad up.
Why not, right? So off to the side, I have a 1/2 cup of olive oil, 1/2 cup of balsamic vinegar, and I have my trusty little shaker. Oh, 1/4 cup, sorry.
1/4 cup. There you go.
1/4 cup. And then here, now, how's this for a presentation? And this is just the ingredients. So we have, at your service, 4 romaine lettuce leaves.
Yep.
Blanched asparagus. We have 8 mushroom caps, and we have red pepper roasted slivers. So what we're going to do, and this is really a showstopper salad, and it's quite different because I'm going to do one facing you and one facing me. Okay.
All right.
So here you want to lay your romaine lettuce leaves. Okay. And then now romaine is great, right?
Best.
If you're on keto or Atkins and you're not doing bread and you want a sandwich, right here. Put everything in there, roll it up, you're there, right?
Love doing lettuce wraps.
So together. So right here, I want to say 6 pieces, right?
Yep.
On each lettuce leaf. Okay. And then, they just fit perfectly, don't they?
Yeah, right there.
Then you're going to take mushroom caps, put them on the bottom. Okay. And you can press them slightly.
Yep.
So that they stay, but they should. I'm just going to go and check on this sauce, and it's heating up rather nicely. I'm going to, at this point, put half of the Parmesan cheese in, and I'm going to go ahead and incorporate that and let this cook a bit. Oh, I can tell you right now, creamy, cheesy, I'm there. I'm going to turn this down a bit.
Cheesy, I've been called cheesy a lot lately too.
Oh my. And then we have these slivers, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go like this.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
X marks the spot.
Yeah. Okay. So that when you bring this to the table, they're going to say, oh, my Lord, look at this. How nice is that?
That is gorgeous.
Okay. And it's special. And how easy is that, right? I mean, not difficult at all.
Right.
Yeah.
I tell you, that's easier than tossing a salad, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. And there's only so much tossed salad you can eat, right?
Right.
Now, you can go ahead and roast your own peppers because we all know, and you've seen me do it, and I love roasting my own peppers. But when you can get them in the jar, if you're pressed for time, it's good. Okay. So there's the salad. I'll turn this around. Pretty neat, huh?
That's very, very cool.
And look, it's kind of festive like Christmas. You've got your Christmas colors.
Yeah.
So
there
there you go.
You definitely hit the mark there.
Yeah, and then we have just a very simple dressing. Again, 1/4 cup olive oil, and then 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. Perfect. Which is sweet.
Yep.
It's sweeter. So that's going to be nice. And I do love balsamic vinegar. And I can toss that before I serve it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to put that over here.
That's easy enough. That's real simple.
Yeah, truly. Now, I'm just going to move this along. You want to keep on just playing with the fettuccine until you get the sauce on there.
Right.
because it doesn't hurt. Now I'm going to put the rest of the Parmesan cheese in and give this a nice stir. Now it's getting thick, right?
Yep.
Now here's where they say if you need to add liquid to it, I'm going to turn it down a bit. This is where you add the water from the fettuccine pot.
Right. And the reason why it's not because it's heated, but the heated helps. But what's the other reason? Do you know?
Say that again, Mike.
I said the reason why you take the reserved water from the pasta is because it's usually a lot of people salt or whatever, but you get all that starch that is in the water, and that helps.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're just not watering it down.
Right, and this is an eyeball thing that you have to do. You have to, add a little bit at a time until it's at that consistency that you want.
Right.
You don't add too much.
So I can go like this. Mwah.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So this, I'll show you. This looks pretty good to me.
Oh, that looks great. Sure does.
Nice consistency, smells divine. I'm going to put the beef in. Okay. And then I'm going to just incorporate all of this wonderfulness. Okay. Just look at the cake. Oh my. It's coming. It's coming. Okay. I'm just going to let the beef heat up a little bit.
Yep.
And then with that note, look what I have.
Oh,
champagne.
Little champagne.
Champs. So we're toasting not only the holiday, but the new year.
Right.
And the gathering in quarantine, going on break until February.
That's right. Yeah. Take January off, relax, hope for the new year, get vaccinated, get whatever.
Boy, gee, what are you doing this holiday? Getting vaccinated. How about you? Yeah. Hey, why not?
Yeah, might as well.
So,
sooner the better.
As you can see, and you may not know this about me, but now, first of all, you can take, and I should have made one. I should have had one ready. In fact, I have one on my bookcase. You can make a little chair out of this, a little vanity chair.
Yeah.
So you see you have the seat and the four legs. You want to take this bottom piece out.
Right.
And then you rig it in the back. So it's like that. And then you have a little vanity seat.
That's cool.
And I do that at parties. People think I'm just a gas, right? But I cannot open champagne by myself. So I've got a little help. So if you hold on 1 second, I have help on the way.
Was that his cue? I got help on the way.
That's his cue. And he is making his way. So hold on 1 second. Here we go.
We're just going to see the magic abs come
just
through.
Grab it right here. This is where you're in the camera. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Thank you. Thank
the
you.
magic of television. So
now, do you remember? Whoa! See, that hit the ceiling.
Yeah, it did.
Thank you. Nice. See, I couldn't do that.
Terry, introduce your helper. I mean, he's been there for every show so far, right? At least introduce him.
Yeah. So, and then you can fold your towel and get real fancy, and like this. right?
get the
So that
you
it's
can put it
nice.
get the nice little ice bucket.
Yep, yep,
Nice.
yep. I'm gonna pour some. Woo! There we go. Nothing like champagne, right?
You get that right.
Boy, you wanna end one of my favorite drinks, Bellinis,
What's a
a
bully?
little bit of peach schnapps in the bottom or peach liqueur.
Yeah,
It has to be peach.
sure.
And then you hold on, come over here. Wait, you're in the camera. Come on. Hold on. Hold on. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Easy. Hey, wait. Look. Happy holidays. Oh, I'm going to take a sip.
That's awesome.
And the Bellini, they do that for brunches.
Yep.
It's fabulous. It is so good, I have to say. So while let me get out this. I'm going to just stir this up. And then I'm going to bring this over and actually plate this, right?
Yep.
And now you can do this at the table. This is a nice presentation. So you can bring this over to the table and do this and make a whole production out of it, right?
Right, absolutely.
So again, you have the slotted spoon and you just want to evenly just over the fettuccine. Nothing like fettuccine, right?
Yeah, I love that with a nice, like a red clam sauce.
Oh, love it.
Yeah,
Fra Diavolo.
right. Diablo. Yeah.
We did that one show
Yes, we
on
did.
here.
Yeah.
Yep. One of my favorite dishes. Sauce of the devil.
So, what is some of your favorite Christmas traditions, Terry?
Okay. Well, I do the Feast of the Seven Fishes for Christmas Eve,
Very nice.
and it's always different. But lobster is always the main course.
Excellent.
And steamers, baked stuffed shrimp and scallops, little necks, oysters, cherry stones. If lobster can't be had, because the season, you never know.
Oh, you never know what could happen. Yeah.
We'll do Alaskan king crab legs, and that's always a treat. And having been to Alaska, you heard that story, right?
Absolutely.
I wanted to eat nothing but Alaskan king crab 24/7. We went in July, not in season. So we ate halibut, mer's eggs, whale meat, seal meat, and salmon out of the Bering Sea.
Wow.
But I have to say, I was kind of bummed because I was expecting to eat Alaskan king crab 24/7. So
Sure. Especially being up there. Yeah, it's like going to Maine and saying, "Hey, there's no lobster."
yes, exactly. What? How does that even happen? Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here for a minute. I am going to see if I can do this like this. Get the sauce on there.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Put this back on the stove. 12 minutes. Oh, 12 minutes to cake time. Wow. I'll tell you.
So one of my the favorite traditions was, of course, growing up Italian, I always talk about the homemade raviolis
Yes.
made, and spending the time with my grandmother making them, and learning. And of course, you start off with the one job. You take the fork to.
Yes. I love
That's the
it.
only job I was allowed to.
I love it.
And then you get a little older.
Yes.
You can food in the regatta.
Yep,
You
yep,
know,
yep, yep.
and it wasn't until you were a teenager that you were allowed to cut them out.
Oh, I love it. I love it, right?
Yeah, it was great times.
Yep.
Great
And
times. Just
that's it. And that's it. You carry them on. Now for Christmas, we always had a prime rib roast. So I still do that.
yep.
And I do my roasted potatoes, my broccoli casserole. I do green beans, carrots, and then I do my blueberry cheesecake every Christmas. So
That's
that's
awesome.
tradition.
And after I got married, my father-in-law would go to his house all the time. We always had the roast, and it was again the same meal that he always did, and it was their tradition. And you had the carrots, the cream carrots, the cream onions,
Yes,
you,
yes.
you know, the roast beef, the mashed
Yep,
potatoes.
yep,
Um,
yep.
and one of the things that I always loved, if he did cook a turkey, was his sausage stuffing. It was
Yes,
just like killer.
yes,
It was
yes.
amazing. But I love having those little things that you know are gonna be there. You don't even have to ask. You know, it's
Oh, yeah,
just those.
absolutely. And that's what makes tradition. Now, this year, because I haven't seen Chelsea in so long, she loves stuffed shells. So I'll do stuffed shells and I'll also do meatballs and sausages on the side. So that, after Christmas dinner and someone gets hungry, there's always
Always something. Yeah,
leftovers. And you go with the prime rib that's like this. So
yeah.
it's kind of like a Fred Flintstone Brontosaurus.
Tip the car over, kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah. Yep, that's right. That's
Oh,
right.
that's fantastic. I one of the things that I miss in again going back to grandmother's house was the little boxes of nougats, the
Yes,
Italian, the light blue,
yes,
and
yes.
it's
They still
amazing.
have them, Mike. They
I
still have them.
So I don't think about them until I go into that grocery store,
Yep,
and all of a sudden there's the box, and oh,
absolutely.
it's not the same, but oh my goodness,
I
it is
know. It
so
brings you
good.
back.
Yeah,
It totally brings you back.
yeah. And one of my favorite times was at the end of the meal. We always loved roasted chestnuts,
Yes.
and my uncle Mickey was the man when it came to doing that. And now of course we just finished a big dinner, and it's like, come on, Uncle Mickey, go make him, go make him. He's there like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll get to it.
I
Another cup of
love
coffee
it.
or whatever.
Yep.
And so by the time he got him, and as soon as he brought him out of the oven, he brought him to the table, you're grabbing them. And they're just so hot, but they taste so good with them.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You just
nothing
go,
like it.
yeah,
Nothing like it. Crisscross on the shell
fish
so
crust on
that
the
they
top.
pop open.
Yep, little water on the pan.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, you're doing it now, Mike.
Oh my goodness, yeah, yeah.
You're doing it now.
But yeah, so it was those are the little things.
Yeah.
And I always knew my Uncle PJ was always bringing over the best pastry from the North End. He'd always
Yep.
bring that in. That you look forward
Yep.
to that for dessert.
Yep.
Um, but it was always nice. It was always nice having the big tables go from one room into the next room. And just everyone lined up. And of course, you know, growing up, here I am furthest away from my grandfather. And as you get older, you work your way closer because
Yep.
you're not a kid anymore. So you get to move up.
So we have 7 minutes left on the
7
cake.
minutes on the cake.
So
So-
what I want to say is I want to take this time to wish all a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy Kwanzaa, and a Happy Healthy New Year, and a Happy Festivus for the rest of us.
That's for the rest of us. Oh yeah, when is the night of airing grievances? Is that the first? Is that the first night of Festivus? The airing the grievances.
Oh my God. I'm a writer, right?
Yeah.
And it's in the back of my head to do a sitcom because I've done pretty much, I've done the novels, screenplay. I've actually, Mike, started on a stage play.
Really?
Believe it or not, yeah. and it would be a musical. I would need someone to write the music, but I would have all the wording,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for the songs and the play itself. But I have a couple of outlines for TV sitcoms, and of course, one of them is a show about nothing. So
Yeah,
it would be kind of like a
right.
Seinfeld series, but with a different setting.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I've always loved stage plays.
Oh,
You know,
don't
and
you?
this is one of the things that killing me right now. I probably would have. How many play? I probably missed at least 10 plays this year
Oh,
because
yes.
of COVID. You
Oh,
know,
yes. It
between
was
high
always,
school, middle school,
yep,
Boston, HCA,
yep,
you
yep.
missed those events.
Now, it was always tradition. Chelsea and I always went to the Nutcracker, Boston
Oh,
Ballet,
excellent.
and we haven't done that. And it's funny because when I'm at work, I listen to the soundtrack 24/7, the
Yeah,
Nutcracker.
sure.
And I even listen to it during year round, along with other soundtracks, West Side Story, Beauty and the Beast,
Yep.
because the theater, it's just wonderful stuff. And so I texted her the other day and I said, I really am missing the Nutcracker, but I do listen to it. And she said, well, at least we have that. We can listen to it.
Yeah, and, it's nice to watch the reruns. And as a matter of fact, coming up on HCAM on television, and I lost my page here. It was right here. Uh, and I got all my cheat notes. But
Yeah.
we're going to be playing. Oh my goodness! Oh, I'm gonna blow it right here. It disappeared. I get too many windows open. See, when we do these shows, I get all these
Oh, yes.
things open. And
Right.
check Facebook, check
Yeah.
YouTube, and everything, and I just lost it. But
Oh, well, can you say it?
special broadcast. I don't want to say it wrong, so I'm trying to. It is coming.
You know what, though? You can say it, even if it's wrong. It'll give us an idea, and then we can go hunt it.
We will be showing. Let me just make sure it's the right one. Hold on. It's
I love it. Technology, right?
right. It should be. I believe we will be showing "It's a Wonderful Life" on HCAM.
Yay!
On I believe it's Friday afternoon. And,
Yay!
so yeah, and we have that. We're also going to have a special Christmas Eve service at 8 o'clock on Christmas
Oh,
Eve.
nice,
That
Mike.
will be going out on HCAM. Um, we had, this is a great time because everyone now. I mean, everyone is so giving over the holiday season,
Yeah.
and we hear about it all
Yeah.
the time. But now with the COVID, it is a whole new way to give. It's
Yes.
the people are coming up with all these new ideas because the giving is still here. It's still inside. It'll never leave. But you feel trapped because of COVID. You can't do anything. But now, you have people coming up with all these creative
They
things
are.
to do.
And that's it. That's it. It's bringing out the creativity in people.
And I love it. And one of my favorite creativities, and I'll share this with you. On Wednesday, the senior center gave out 100 and fed 120 seniors a special holiday meal. And here they are. They all signed up for it. They drive up to the senior center. They're greeted by Santa Claus and the Grinch.
Oh, I
And some
love it.
wonderful meals served there.
I love
So
it.
it's they still want to do something. Here they are. Normally they have these big uh, events. The police department puts on
Yeah.
a Christmas dinner for the seniors, and of course they couldn't do that this year. And so that
Yeah.
it's kind of tough. So everyone's coming up with new ways to keep these things going.
Love it. Love it. I am, I
I was going
heard
to
the
say your timer
dinger,
should be going off. Yep.
right?
Excellent.
I have to tell you, it is not looking like a buckle.
Well, let's check this
I
out.
don't know what to tell you, but we all know my baking, right?
That's right.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to need this for the bottom. Oh my. It may not look like a buckle, but that's pretty
Holy
beautiful.
cow. Yeah. Now, do you think if that cools down, it will drop, or
It might. It might. Look at
because
that.
you don't eat that hot, right?
You can.
You can.
Yep. I mean, it does have to cool down a little bit,
Right. No, no. I mean, it's not. I mean, is it?
but actually, Mike,
I mean, everyone loves to eat a warm pie. There's
do you
nothing
see?
wrong, but
Do you see how the batter did buckle around
Yeah.
the berries?
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's what it means.
Yeah. And maybe it's because the berries were so big, right?
Yeah,
That's why
standing
they
up.
didn't buckle so much.
Right. See,
But
if
I'm
it,
not complaining about this.
I tell you, it looks great. Oh, I just need a scoop of ice cream on that. I'll be all set.
Or whipped cream, right? Right.
Cream, yeah.
I thought about it, but no, I didn't want to take away from this.
No, absolutely. And I
And you
tell
have to, you have to admit that even though I'm not a baker, I've come up with some pretty darn good desserts on this show, right?
you sure have. And I tell you, even the look of it, I mean, I would never think of cooking a pie in a cast iron skillet.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
fantastic. I love it.
It is. It is.
So right here you have, your salad is definitely for two, but you have enough pasta there for five, and a dessert that will feed. I don't
Well,
know.
I'd say maybe four, definitely three.
Oh my god! I tell you, that's a lot for me, and I love it, and I especially Alfredo. Oh my goodness! But
Yeah, but again, a very special dinner for before the holidays when you think you don't have time to cook something really interesting and
Right.
fun. This is it. This is how you want to go.
oh yeah, yeah, and I like the idea. I mean, again, it was here's something. All right, I want to be different because your Christmas Eve and your Christmas dinner is nowhere close to this. So how do you keep things interesting? How do you to change things up? And that's outstanding. I love it.
Yeah, well, thank you, Mike.
Matt just messaged me. It is 10:30 tomorrow. It's a Wonderful Life. 10:30
Woo!
tomorrow on HCAM after show. Keep moving.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I have to say, right here, right now, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Healthy New Year, and a Happy Festivus for the rest of us.
That's right. And we'll see you again in the new year, which it's not the dumpster fire year that we had this year, but it's definitely
Yes.
it can't be any worse.
Yes.
Really? Can it be any worse?
Yes.
So we'll see you next year.
We'll
starting
see you
in February.
2021.
February will maybe start around the Super Bowl time, if there is a Super Bowl. Right? There should be a Super Bowl, I think. I would hope so.
2021 prep
Yeah.
for fun. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So I can't wait to see all the new dishes you're going to come up with, and I'm hoping that we could get a chance to. I can get a chance to actually run a camera there, and of course benefit by going off air and eating it all. So
I have to tell you, I've been thinking about it, and I think how I'm going to model the shows in 2021 according to my travels.
there
Okay.
you go.
And
Very cool.
I want to say worldwide, maybe I've been to 36 different places, different parts of the world. And so I think with every place can be a show, and it could be the travel year, right?
There you
And
go.
especially if we're still kind of
Cool.
hunkered down, we can feel like we're traveling.
Loving it. I think that's a wonderful idea.
Good.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, Terry, great seeing you. Everyone at home, thank you. And, again, happy Hanukkah. This is seventh night. Yeah. So Hanukkah. and
Yeah.
Christmas and Kwanzaa. Thanks, Terry.
Oh, you're welcome. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Happy holidays.